Well, I thought, okay, since I'm now busy with this sawdust toilet that I'm building here, this is it. There's the shower over there, but this is where the old toilet was. You see the floor is still wet from the removal. The pipe went through right there behind the milk stout bottle, and I just removed the whole thing. Everything's just been taken out. You see, there's where the footprint of the toilet was, the holes where it went into the ground, where it was bolted onto the ground. I just removed that, so I'm going to be replacing this with the sawdust toilet. But before I can do that, I need to finish the wall, and this is the wall that I'm all the way up to there and over there as well. I'm going to be building all of this with bottles in the place of bricks. It's not going to be your typical bottle wall that you would be able to see through, because I already built the outside walls before I started with the bottles. So they'll just be serving as bricks, and hopefully I'll be able to use them in such a way, especially when I get up here, I'll be able to use them in such a way that I can make it look a little bit pretty as well. But yeah, this will be a toilet that will never leak, ever. Won't use a drop of water again, ever. So droughts in the future, do your worst. Alright, this is now an hour or so later. I have built up to there, that part of the wall. You'll see that one I'm gonna have a piece of the glass sticking out, and that one also, and this one you'll see some of the glass. The rest of it will all be inside the wall, so it won't be visible. So I'm going to take a break now, because quite frankly my knees are killing me sitting here with my knees up next to my ears. But I think that this is going to look pretty cool once it's done. I have no idea of what the actual final product is going to look like. I just know that this was where the toilet originally stood, okay? But all of this, that whole part there, can basically move up to the wall. So I can gain a good, I don't know, almost 30 centimeters of floor space here. While this part here was never really used for anything, this is where the part that contains the sawdust is going to go in. So that's going to become the container. I'm going to move this part here. I'm going to move it slightly over there, like to maybe around about there or so. I must just go and check out afterwards how will it fit around when it's close to the shower, so that you don't interfere when you using this contrivance, that it's not going to be uncomfortable and all that. But I want it to look pretty as well. I never realized how disgusting a toilet is until I had to remove this one. That was a bloody ordeal. I'm gonna have a shower now, and I really feel like an ice cold beer after that as well. Okay, so most of the wall there at the back is done. It's finished. This is now all part of the building of the sawdust / composting toilet. All right, now I need to go. This is now the part where the bucket is going to be. If I could just slip it in there over the wet cement, roughly there, something to that effect. And so now I'm busy building the wall. It's going to be around it, and I'm going to build this part here in front with bottles. I want it to look nice and pretty. So back there, it's going to be filled up all the way up to around about there. That's about the height of the bucket's top. So that's about how high it is. So the wall is going to come down a little bit like that as well, giving me the opportunity to fix some earlier mistakes when the shower was built, like that part that's missing out of the wall there, etc. Okay, so this is how far we're now. The seat and everything has been built. This part down here, you see the bottles. All of this is going to become the container for sawdust. I've got a bucket full of sawdust there now, and you will take when you use this thing, you take a handful of the sawdust. You first deposit it in the back there, in the bottom there, and after you've used it, you take another handful and you just add it in there and you cover up. Once your bucket there is full, then this whole lid comes up, and that bucket can now be removed, and it then goes to a secondary container. Take the whole thing out. It goes to a secondary container where you then leave it for a year, after which it's perfectly safe to use on your crops. If you are concerned about that health issues for any reason, then you can actually go further and you can leave it in that bucket like a wheelie bin. You can even leave it there for 2 years, after which nothing that was in it was pathogenic would be alive anymore, and would be perfectly safe to use it, even things like root crops and so on. This is my composting toilet, or as I like to call it, a sawdust toilet. I'll let you guys know once it's done what it's going to look like. The idea was to make it all nice and pretty, and I think I'm reasonably happy with what I've got here up to now. Right, so you guys will recall the bottle wall that I built over there. When I started working on this, I put some bottles down there as well, and then I just put some pretty stuff over there, like that little arrow thing, little sea star thing. Put some bottles down here, went all the way down here as well. This is the container on this side where the sawdust will be stored. So this is the sawdust toilet, and I guess I can now close the chapter. This thing is completed, and it is now ready for use. And of course, the moment the kids heard about this, this is what they said. Uncle Sean made me poop in your toilet. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this, remember to like and subscribe. Bye.